Hello and welcome to the Every Other Saturday podcast for a new podcast episode today. Episode 20, mate, can you believe it?
20, mate. 20 in, eh?
So there's like 20 plus hours of us talking absolute garbage about Rangers now available on the internet, so I've done it right.
Done alright, haven't we? Compared to the first one, mate. Done alright.
I know. Looking back, it is a very good improvement, I would say, we've made, so I'm proud of it. Aye. Welcome onto the podcast today. Please remember, this will be available on our YouTube channel as well as our Spotify. So if you'd like to give us a follow over on YouTube, we've got content coming near enough every day. There was a video up yesterday, day before that as well. It's at Every Other Saturday podcast, and the Twitter's Every Other Saturday 1, and the Instagram is at Every Other Saturday pod. All the details are on the YouTube and our Twitter page as well, and this will be available on Spotify as well. So get involved. So today for episode 20, we're going to talk about the games that have happened. Obviously, we've got more in-depth reviews of those games on our YouTube channel. We're going to briefly look at them, give our play ratings for the Dundee United game. We're going to preview the games for St Mirren and Motherwell, and we're going to have a few talking points, mate. We're going to look at Tavernier's situation. Is he within a chance of getting an England call-up? And we're also going to look at that disciplinary action that's been given against Morelos for the game at the weekend. So, aye, let's go into it, mate. First things first. Obviously, like Poznan, we talked about that. It was a good win. It was a good chance for players to get some game time, and we go through. From that, obviously, we draw at Antwerp. We've talked about that on the YouTube as well. So, looking at them, I've had another look at them since then. I'm like, they're a decent team. They've got, I didn't know that Lukaku's brother played with them. So,
I think he was a lot.
Aye, so did I, but apparently he plays with them now. Also, Diamersi Mbakani, I mind him, for Norwich. He played with Norwich. Aye, so they've got him and all. Yeah?
Alan Partridge days, mate. Norwich. Norfolk. Man, it put it on the map.
Exactly. Aye, so we've got them. I just thought I'd bring it up there, a few players I noticed. And then Dundee United happened. There's a big talking point on this game that sort of took away from the result, being the Alfredo Morelos incident, where he was booked, he was disciplined in the game, but they've looked at it again. It's went to the compliance officer. Today they've looked at it, and they've given him a 2-match ban. Rangers have accepted that. So what's your thoughts?
My thoughts are, if Morelos, obviously, Morelos' one's getting a look at. What about that boy for Dundee with the Al McGregor situation? I know you're saying that it's one of them where McGregor's trying to get the boy hanging, but when you look, I don't know, mate, when I was watching it, it just looked like boy was going in for a Seamus, do you know what I mean? He was going in for a broad kicker. With Morelos, it's, I don't know, it's one of them where it just feels like I feel for the guy, do you know what I mean? Nobody else gets the abuse that this guy gets, do you know what I mean? Everyone else gets swept under the rug, but when it's Morelos,
that's exactly.
Do you know what I mean? It's you're getting a booking and you're getting a ban, do you know what I mean? Which is alright.
Aye, I put it up on the Twitter page actually because it pissed me off. It really did. It pissed me off. I was waiting on it coming pretty much. Obviously, 2-match ban. He misses the 2 games, which realistically, me sitting here right now, I didn't think he would even play tomorrow. Maybe not even the weekend either.
I don't think that's the thing I'm looking at all.
It's not really the point of him like missing those games. It's just the point of the inconsistency shown every time these decisions have to be made. That's what's boiling my blood, because it seems that it's one rule for Alfredo Morelos and then everybody else gets another rule. It seems unfair. It's inconsistent, as I said. Scott Brown, just a couple of weeks ago, had an elbow, pretty much the exact same thing as Morelos, elbow. No further action was faced, didn't have any bans or anything, just swept under the rug. Exact same with Ross County as well, if you remember for last week, where Gerrard and everybody was going off their nut about some word that had been said Ross County have come out and said the player will not face no further action. It's just getting beyond a joke now, because obviously we sit here, we defend our players. I would say it's a red card. When I seen it, I'm like, he's lucky
It's a
he
red
got
card,
for that.
definitely.
It's definitely just not the ban anymore. It's about the actual treatment of Alfredo Morelos for me. I'm like, every single time this happens, it's a given he's either going to get banned, fined, whatever, and I'm just not happy with it at all.
No, I know what you're saying, mate, and I 100% agree with you. It is a red, when you look on it, you know what I mean? In fairness, it is one of the red cards, but see, as we're saying, at the end of the day, man, it's the same old story with this guy, do you know what I mean? They just keep on picking on him for me, do you know what I mean? You were lucky. I think we're really lucky this season because we have more attacking options that we don't have to rely on him, so it's not that big of a blow. And you know what I mean? If Pedro Caixinha or something was a manager, this would be a massive, do you know what I mean, blow for the cup game and the weekend's game. But now that we've got, like say, Cedric Keaton, Defoe that can come in and do jobs, do you know what I mean? It's not that much of a big message. You're saying it's the inconsistency. Do you know what I mean? How's Brown getting away with it? Do you know what I mean? I bet there's other games that, do you know what I mean, we don't watch. Do you know what I mean? Like St Johnstone and Hamilton or something. But there is stuff like this that goes on, but it just doesn't get, do you know what I mean? The attention that Morelos gets.
I 100% agree with you. And I seen a clip of Steven Gerrard, if you recall back to the last time we played Dundee United at home. Morelos actually gets stretchered off that game because he had stud markings in his thigh. I mean, I don't think the player got sent off or got carded. I'm unsure on that, right? Obviously, he gets stretchered off. You're even thinking then, like, what the fuck? Gerrard comes out after the game in his interview and says, if that was Alfredo Morelos, I'd like to see how that would have played out. And here today, the same fixture, we've seen how it get played out. It's shocking. It's so frustrating just to see this happen all the time. It really just boils my blood.
It's a big blow for the guy as well, because you can see that he's, do you know what I mean, he's struggling at the moment. Do you know what I mean? He's no scoring the usual. So I think it's a big blow to his confidence as well. Do you know what I mean? It will be. Do you know what I mean? That he's been told you need to stay home for 2 games. Do you know what I mean? But as you're talking on that Dundee thing, when we played them at home, that one, mate, that's 100% a red card all day. I still can't get my head around how the guy's not been sent off or nothing.
Because even after the game, as I said, Gerrard mentioned that. I'm pretty sure that's when he got a complaint put against him for what he said about the Dundee United player. It's just, what are the rules anymore? They just seem to make them up as they go along.
That's, I think that is it in a nutshell, mate. They just seem to, I don't know, man. It's really frustrating, as you say. Do you know what I mean? And also Gerrard's noticed it for his time up here, where it's one rule for one. Do you know what I mean? A large group and one rule for Morelos. Do you know what I mean? I don't know where the guy, man. It's quite frustrating and upsetting. Do you know what I mean? Because it's not like the guy's, do you know what I mean? He does all right. He's got a hot temper and all that, but at the same time, do you know what I mean? You're trying to tell me that all these other players aren't they? Do you know what I mean? When they do something like this, it's not the same. Do you know what I mean? Just as you're saying, it's one rule for one person and a different rule for somebody else, man.
Exactly, because if you look at it, the past few seasons, obviously, Alfredo Morelos, under Steven Gerrard, his disciplinary record has been nothing short of shocking. Like, he's let us down a lot of times. A lot of times where that has been down to inconsistency for the referee. A lot of times where that's just been him being an idiot. At the weekend, he was an idiot, right? He should have been sent off. But I don't feel that he had to face this sort of witch hunt way. I seen a post put up with Sun Sport today. Alfredo Morelos hasn't scored since September or something like that. What is next for the Colombian man? Like, it's just, it seems when he's not doing well, and it only seems to be him, they seem to just drag his name through the mud. And then when he's doing well, there's no mention.
But that's what I'm on about. This, you notice that with the Scottish media in terms of the football, mate, is alright, Selica didn't have a good start to the season, so they'll hang on him. What's next? It's Morelos in it straight away. They're always looking to pick on the boy. Do you know what I mean? You've seen it, obviously, the issues he's had in terms of his car and what was it, like
exactly. I forgot about that.
Do you know what I mean? Or just the racial abuse that sometimes, do you know what I mean, it's been given to him at games. Do you know what I mean? It's just really upsetting for the guy. That's what I'm on about. When he is like me move away, you would just go, do you know what? This isn't worth it at the end of the day, the hassle, the abuse that he gets. Do you know what I mean? It's no fair on the wee guy.
Exactly. Like, if you look at it this way, like, see the way they parade St Edward as this, young French talent who's going to go for mega money in the future. Alfredo Morelos isn't held in the same regard because they just all seem to target him for some reason because of his
he plays
attitude.
for Rangers, mate. That's the reason they target him.
Aye, just because of the way he is and the club he plays for. It's you should be like, what's the word? You should just be cherishing like the players that you have in this league at the time because they're not going to be here forever.
Aye. To me, he's a bit like, I'm not on about in terms of his style of player and that. To me, it's a bit like Suarez when he was at Liverpool with Morelos.
Aye, 100%. Diego
just
Costa as well.
It comes from him, do you know what I mean? Aye, Diego as well. But he's not going about straight punch people, is he? You know what I mean? Morelos isn't at that level yet, man.
Aye, that's the exact players that come to mind. Just they're passionate. They're going to do anything to try and get a goal, get the team winning or whatever.
Exactly.
And you know, for his time up here, he's a passionate guy. He's aggressive. This is sort of like the first thing he's even faced this season, and it's getting blown completely out of proportion by everybody. I feel.
Aye. No, I mean, listen, I don't know. I just feel like he can. You never know. He might just come back motivated with a point to prove. You know what I mean? But all right, he's want to pick on us again, and fair play. Here we go.
That's what I'd love.
Do you know what I mean? I want a Luis Suarez performance against Norwich against whoever he comes back against. Do you know what I mean? 4 goals. Brilliant, man.
Aye, I'd love for him to come back after this, get straight into the starting 11 again and start scoring. Obviously, this is right now. This is a big opportunity for Cedric Itten and Jermaine Defoe to show what they can do now.
Exactly, 100%. But as I say, mate, the thing I love is Gerrard doesn't lose faith in him. Like, he knows the player he is and the player he can be, and that's what I love. For Gerrard, is some managers maybe would have dropped him or get rid of him because he, you know what I mean, the incidents that come in, but Gerrard backs him 100% because he knows what he brings to the club, you know what I mean? So I big up my manager, you know what I mean? Big up Stevie G.
Exact same when he was speaking in the media the other day, he was backing him. He's like, right, he's not in a rough patch of form, but he's held this team up for about 2-3 years since I've been here.
Exactly.
Like, every player goes through a bad form, and we just need to put our arm around him and fucking. He's our player. We love him at the end of the day. We need to support him. Aye, 100% as well.
Even the Dundee game there, do you know what I mean? But he wasn't at his best. Let's say everything he was touching, it wasn't going to pay off. Do you know what I mean? Still support the boys, still clap him off. You know what I mean?
Aye, 100%. I mean, it was frustrating to hear that news today. Even though
I know, mate. It's the same old, isn't it, man? They're going to make it clear the rules. Do you know what I mean? And the fairness to them. I don't know if it's just the way that he, as I say, mate, it's just the way he is. Do you know what I mean? He's a passionate guy, as you can tell, his style of play and all that. So I love him, mate. If Morelos is watching this, Jack, I love him.
I love him too. I love him too. But if we can move on to, obviously, the positive that came to Dundee United was the victory. Also, we talked about it on the YouTube, but it was a strong performance. Might not have been like goals and like what we expect for Rangers this season, but it was a hard fought out win at the end of the day, and I'm happy with that 3 points. That could be a massive 3 points. The way we look back on the league table at the end of the season, it's games like this where it shows that this team has came a long way from where they were a year ago.
No, definitely, mate. As I said to you, also when we did the YouTube video, like, at the end of the day, we get the 3 points. We did the job, you know what I mean? Tavernier's free kick alone probably did the job, to be honest with you. I'd have blown it after that game. You know what I mean? I'd have blown it after it.
I think I've watched that about 1,000 times.
Oh, mate. Between that and the roof goal, eh?
Unreal. Honestly, some of the goals I've seen this season has been just unbelievable.
Wait for the overhead kick.
You know, that's the next thing, actually.
Aye.
That's a good question. Who's the last Rangers player to score an overhead kick?
I can't.
I'm trying to brainstorm it now because I've got one in my head, but I don't know if it was the last time.
Don't know, mate. I'm thinking, wasn't he Joey Gardner, was it?
Don't think so. The one I've got is Nikica Jelovic up at Aberdeen.
I was thinking that was
that was obviously years ago.
That was years ago.
That's a good question. Obviously, if MD's listening and has the answer to that question, please let us know that. I'd love to know. But Dundee United game. We'll go into our player ratings for this game now. So, in the sticks, Alan McGregor as always.
Alan McGregor is always holding up I mean, he couldn't do anything about that goal, to be honest with you. That goal was But I don't think there's
Aye.
do you know what I mean? Even you can't blame Barisic for me with that goal as well. Like, it's just one of the freak goals, as I said.
Aye.
McGregor, I'll give McGregor a 6.
6. I'm
Give him a
gonna.
6.
I'll give him. I'll give him an 8 because I thought we don't concede goals much anyway. Obviously, we've conceded, although it may not be his fault or the defence's fault. It just might be a fluke goal, and it was a good finish. I still think. I don't know, he was still good, but obviously just that you like to keep clean sheets. That's the only reason I'm marking him down a bit. I thought he was solid. Apart from that, James Tavernier, obviously every week man of the moment.
Just a 10 every week, innit?
Yeah, 10.
Just a 10.
What more can you actually say about him, man? Just another world class free kick and assist wins us the game. Just total captain mentality for that one. 10. And then the man that get the winning goal, Connor Goldson.
Do you smell what the Goldson's cooking, son? That's what I always say there. As I said to you, it's just a hot tag, man. Just getting us out of trouble when we need it. Connor Goldson. I'm gonna give Goldson an 8. I'll give him an 8.
I'm giving Goldson a 10 and all.
Aye. Do you know what? Let's give him an eye. He's got to be a 10. What am I thinking? 8? What am I saying?
Just,
do you know what I mean?
Just for the fact that he won us the game, although he didn't get the clean sheet. He won us the game. He showed for a fact that him and Tavernier are the two leaders on this side.
Aye. But you can hear him all game as well. That's the impressive thing as well that I've enjoyed about the fans is you can hear Connor Goldson for the full 90 minutes. So it's refreshing to hear and all, man.
Aye, he's definitely grown as a player. Absolutely loving Connor Goldson this season.
Aye.
Genuinely been an absolute revelation. A few rock bottoms. Aye, just
the Goldson bottoms, mate. The Goldson bottoms.
The Goldson bottoms. He's got the full package. Aye.
You seen it, like,
real again. I don't know what you're talking about, mate.
Aye, well.
Moving on to Goldson's package, we've got Leon Balogun.
Balogun I thought he was solid. I know. I'll give him a 9. I thought he was solid as well.
I'm agreeing with you there. I thought, again, next to Connor Goldson, Balogun's played the majority of the games, although apart from the Falkirk game. He's been in the back line pretty much every game. He's not really ever put a foot wrong either, to be honest with you. He just looks solid. Looks like a real good pick-up.
Maybe 1 or 2 slip-ups. Maybe the Ross County game, that wasn't really a slip-up or that, but I just would like him to stand up more in that game. But no, I agree. Not put a foot wrong. He's been solid.
Yeah, definitely been solid, but I think he's running the team might finish tomorrow, but we'll go on to that. Left back, Borna Barisic.
7. Give me a 7.
7? I thought Barisic was good, actually.
Listen, Barisic has been good. I thought he was good Thursday night. Obviously, the last Europa game, I thought he was good then. I'm not going to have a go at him. I'm going to get behind him for a change, Jack. Get behind him.
He's for this game anyway. He seems to have. Well, obviously, the first half, the full team wasn't at it as good as we can be. Second half, we came out real strong. It's honestly so hard to rate defenders that aren't Taven Goldson, because Taven Goldson scoring near enough every game. Like Balogun and Barisic, they're solid. We don't concede goals. They're playing well. So long may that continue, to be honest with you. Starting off midfield, Stephen Davis.
Stevie Davis. Stevie Davis, what about you? I don't know at the moment, Jack.
Myself, I've got him here. I've got a 7 for Stephen Davis. I thought first half the midfield was flat. I was wanting a lot more going forward for the midfield. I thought he was a bit hesitant when he was passing. He seemed to have been dilly down on the ball for a bit. I don't know if that was just down to the full team or not. I just thought I wanted Joe Rebo to start. I really wanted Joe Rebo to start here. I thought it would have benefited a lot going the final third for the midfield.
I'll give you my 7 or then, mate. I've got to go with you. See, to be honest with you, the midfield didn't really. I can't even remember. The only players that really stood out for me in this game were obviously Tav, Goldson, Ryan Kent as well. I thought Ryan Kent did a wee bit as well. But nobody else really stands out for me in this game in terms of the midfield, man.
Well, the one that didn't stand out in the midfield for me anyway was Arfield. Next, I thought Arfield is just obviously he's had a lot of good moments for us this season, but this wasn't one of them for me. I thought again with the midfield being a bit flat, I thought he looked tired. because he's been playing a lot of games. He wasn't his usual self, I don't think, in that first half.
That's what I thought with the midfield really altogether, mate. That's what I'm wondering. I'm struggling to think and the MD did. Like, I'm like, nah, I can't think and I'm just thinking about that free kick all the time, mate, to be honest with you.
You just think he done the United in that free kick.
Can I get it off, mate? No. As I say, like, Kent's the only one that I can think of Goldson and Tav, but I can't think of MD in the middle of the party, did I?
I've got Arfield for a 6 anyway. I thought you just want a bit more for him in these kind of games. Did you rate him? Or, I can't remember.
I'll give him a 6, mate. I told you I'm going the same as you with the midfield. I can't think of
Well, Kamara, I've got a 7. I thought similar to Davis.
Listen, that's somebody who was, as I said, was in tons of space and nobody was giving him the ball. I thought, do you know what I mean? There was quite an opportunities where he was free, could easily made the pass and maybe gone on and done something. But I'll give him a 7 or all, mate.
No, I'll give him a 7. He was, I don't know, just something weird for me in this game. I just didn't think they were like ourselves in the first half.
No, I near to that, mate.
I've got Kemar Roof now.
Kemar, I saw the thing with you, Chelsea have scored there.
Oh, did they?
Giroud.
No, again, Jesus Christ.
Oh my God, what's the keeper doing there?
He's caught it and
then he's caught it and then it's just slipped out his hands into his net.
I'll need to have a look at that after this then.
We'll need a new goalkeeper, mate. No, Kemar Roof. I'll give him an 8. I thought Kemar was usual performance for Kemar. I feel like he was creating, he's doing what he can do, you know what I mean? He was trying to help with him. I can't believe that. I'm sorry, mate. That is woeful goalkeeping. That's Rob Green goalkeeping.
Good keeper.
Oh. Sorry, your thoughts on Kemar Roof, mate?
What were we even talking about? Kemar Roof. I gave him a 7. I thought it was quite a quiet game for Roof on the attacking front. I still think he put in a shift. For the team, but I remember in the first half he had a small opportunity where Kent misplaced the pass on the counter, and then it ended up going through to him. And
that was a woeful pass, man. That was a FIFA-esque pass. Do you know what I mean? Your team's halfway through the game, not done.
It was quite a poor one, but he was unlucky with the chance. Still nearly got there, but just 7. Obviously, you're wanting Roof to score all the time. It seems like he does. So, Ryan Kent. Then you said you liked what you seen for Ryan Kent.
Oh well, first half of the day anyway. I was liking what I was seeing for Ryan Kent. He was trying to make things happen. I thought. I'm going to give him an 8. Nobody's getting a higher rating than Tav and Goldson. Let's be honest.
I've got Kent at a 7. I thought. He was positive, as you say. Always trying to make things happen when it isn't going your way. I'll always say that he's positive. His end product might not always be the best, but he put in a decent shift. You're still wanting the Kent at the start of the season to be back soon. You know what I mean? Just but I live for those moments with him. But I'll give him a 7. The man in the moment then again, Alfredo Morelos.
I'm going to give him a 6, mate. I don't think it's just one of the games, wasn't it, where everything he touched just wasn't going to pay off for him. Do you know what I mean? You could even see he looked so deflated when he was coming off. You know what I mean? He just looked like
he did.
Somebody had played a Coldplay song or something. Do you know what I mean? Alexa, turn on Cole. I don't know, man. He just looked so deflated.
Morelos. Just the run of form he's going through now. Obviously, with this news today, won't help him either. He's desperately needing something positive on the pitch to happen for him. It didn't come off at all. I mean, he had that one in the first half where he went close. That was unlucky. Then he had that elbow, and that sort of set him back a bit. He looked like he started the game pretty well, and then that happened, and it was just like, that's it. He had a few chances and all. Like, that one I remember Farouk over the top. He controlled it.
I remember him.
He loses control of it.
Who was it that had the shot? Was it no Arfield or something? And it ended up bouncing off him. He was defending for them. I think the keeper sort of saved it, and then it just bounced off Morelos.
I remember that one and all. He had plenty of opportunities, but a few slid through to him and all, and he just miskicked them. It wasn't his day at all. I'm giving him a 5 because obviously I know Morelos can be better. I know it's just a bad run of form, so Hopefully
Oh,
with
was
these
the
two
game
games
5?
out. Aye.
Well, I thought we were ranging it from 6 to 10.
No,
Is this the first time we've ever given a 5 here?
I've given players like 4 and 3 in that.
Have you? I'm not going to lie, mate. I can't remember it.
Well,
This is the 20th.
you
I
can
can't
rate
remember
them. You can rate them 1 to 10, mate. That's what I do.
it. Aye, well,
But
they
it's
were
just,
there. I don't.
I'll tell you why. We've been playing that well that I've probably not had to rate many
Aye,
that low.
true.
Aye, so that wraps up Dundee United game. Good win. Puts us up to 47 on the table. 13 clear still, I'm sure. Obviously, Celtic get their first win ever at the weekend there. So, aye.
To be fair, they were playing Kilmarnock, mate. Come on.
Nah, I know.
I reckon on Hamilton Accies, they could give Kilmarnock a good game. You know what I mean?
Aye, so positive. Another win on the board. That's we want to win the games in the league. So if we can continue that, I'm happy. So next up then is the Mora. Game on a Wednesday is a bit weird. We're always looking forward to Thursdays, Europa League Thursdays these days, but Wednesday in the Betfred Cup, St Mirren away. It's going to be a tough one.
It should be a tough one, mate. I don't think it will be that tough, to be honest with you. It's just the way the team's going at the moment. Doesn't matter who seems to play. I just think I think we're going to win, mate. You know what I mean? That's the confidence I have in this team at the moment in time. I don't know. You get some stats or something on St Mirren about.
I mean, I do. They're unbeaten in 7. They're going through a pretty, for a St Mirren team, they're going through a pretty good run of form.
7?
Yep.
I'm
pretty sure they won at the weekend. They've beat Aberdeen twice. No, they've drew with Aberdeen and beat them. That's how they beat Aberdeen the last round of the Cup. They beat Livingston away from home, which for any team in the league is a tough place to even go. So they're on a good run of form now. They've got Obika up front. They're a pretty decent side, I would say. Obviously, they've got to this point in the competition. They've beat Aberdeen, so at their home ground and all, they want to give a game. Obviously, I still back us because I'm confident in the way we're playing that we can beat MD. But we should definitely respect St Mirren what they're doing now because they're doing all right.
I had no idea they were unbeaten in 7.
Yeah, aye.
Are they not down in the bottom half of the table, no?
Aye, they're third bottom, I think, but they're still, I think, two or three of the games won the cup. But in the league, they've still got, I think, 2 draws, a couple of wins, so they're doing all right.
That's decent.
Especially with the way St Mirren were at the start of the season. They had a lot of COVID stuff and all that, but they couldn't even field teams, so seem to be doing
I feel
better now.
for them because the run's about to come to an end, because reality's about to hit. Glasgow Rangers are going to turn up.
I mean, I love that confidence.
Listen, that's the confidence that you've got over this. Do you know what I mean? The team, how good is this team playing? Do you know what I mean? As I say, doesn't matter who's playing. One of my boys might be playing. Bassi, hopefully, Calvin, my guy.
I'm looking forward to getting your teammate because I think with you saying Bassi, I think they've got a different way of picking this team.
Well, let me hear your team then.
Let's go for the team then. I'm going full strength.
Full strength?
The strongest team we can put out. I'm going with McGregor, Tavernier, Goldson. Why I said Balogun in the start of the video was because I think Hollander will come back in. He's back on the bench. He's back in the fold again. I think Balogun deserves a rest. Barisic, the midfield is where it gets tricky.
It's the same old, mate.
Because I think he'll go with Davis, Aribo and Kamara. I'd love to see Aribo. Obviously, done the press conference today. Usually that's a clear indication that they might start. So I think Aribo, if Aribo doesn't start, I think he'll start out in the right-hand side. But I believe the attack will be Ruth Kent and Cedric Eaton.
See, I'm gonna shock you there, Jack. I kind of agree with some of the players you put in there, but I don't think I want to see my man Zungu play. Give him the full game.
Me too. It'd be a good game for him.
That probably changed. I do think my boy Bassie's going to play at left back, mate. I'm sorry. Come on. I know St Mirren are unbeaten in 7, mate, but it's St Mirren, and we should be dealing with St Mirren, to be fair.
I agree.
I've got all this confidence, but as you're saying there, unbeaten, they might turn around, short result, and we're out. Do you know what I mean?
Aye, exactly. But
Somebody that Cedric does deserve this kind of game. I think he deserves the next 2 games. To be fair, I think he deserves to start the next 2 games, personally. Don't be yourself.
I think Cedric Ayton, obviously last week, gets his goal in Europe. He's not started many, so what a great goal that was, honestly. So I'm looking forward to it. The big man, as you say, deserves his chance. He's waited long enough. Morelos is out now. This is his opportunity to go and show us what he's all about for the very start again. I'm confident in the guy. I mean, I like what I've saw so far. So I think he'll start. I think he'll start tomorrow, definitely.
Listen, I would like to see my man Jermaine Defoe and all play tomorrow. I would like to see.
I think he might get minutes,
I think he might make him on maybe second half or something. But as you're saying, I do see Kemar probably starting. But no, my boy Bassey's got to be in that team, Jack. Come on.
The reason why I'm going full strength is just the way Gerrard was speaking in his press the other day. He was like, we're taking, obviously, this seriously. Players want to be at Hampden. Just for that, I don't think he's going to go for it.
The only people who want to be at Hampden, to be fair.
Nah, you're right. Worst stadium ever.
Aye. Come on and prove it, man. Get a better stadium going, do you know what I mean? It's like one of the things you sit at, what's the mad things at the park or something, the mad spinny things. Do you know what I'm on about?
Oh, what, merry-go-round or something like that?
No, merry-go-round. You sit in it and you pure spin. Somebody spins you around.
Fuck knows.
Aye, well, it was funny then, mate. It's actually a big dome. That's what...
If you can find me an image of that, I'll probably be able to figure out yourself.
An image, yeah.
Aye, but just the way Gerrard was speaking, obviously we've had disappointment last year in the Betfred Cup, beat obviously in the final. Disappointment the year before where we get put out in the semi-final off Aberdeen. So you're looking at it realistically, we should go through the Mora. We should be very, very strong favourites to win it. I think Gerrard's desperate for this piece of silverware to finally.
The first one.
Be there because we need this to kick us on. And I just feel it's going to go strong.
You might do, but you're trying to say my boy Bassey isn't strong.
No, he's strong. I mean, I wouldn't feel out of place with him starting at all. But I just think Barisic in this kind of game.
Do you know what my day? You saying he's no strong and him putting you in a headlock, and we're finding out how strong he is.
Don't worry, Calvin Bassey, you're an absolute brick wall, mate.
He's a beast, mate.
I'd love to see him start even at the weekend. It's another opportunity for players to get minutes as well. So if he doesn't start tomorrow, I could see him playing some sort of role at the weekend against Motherwell. But
are we using the 5 sub rules up there?
I'm sure so. It is.
So I could see him maybe see if we're coasting the game. I could see him maybe going take yous off, put yous on, you know what I mean, sort of thing.
You'd want to be like half time up a couple of goals or something like that, just to obviously really the pressure. It is a quarter final of a cup at the end of the day, so we have to be on our game still, and I'm confident we'll get it done.
Yeah, do you know what's just popped into my mind? The real Ferdinand's brother no play for St Mirren.
Aye, he did actually. No, he did.
Aye, just popped into my mind.
Anton Ferdinand.
Aye,
that was a weird one, that.
Aye, that was a weird transfer, that. Just popped into my head there. What about Pogba's brother? Do you want to play for him?
Partick Thistle.
Partick Thistle, that's... Aye.
Partick Thistle he played for.
Partick.
Just finishing up on the St Mirren sort of preview then, we're also wearing the retro kit tomorrow. I'm
buzzing for that.
That's getting obviously its first game, so buzzing for that as well. And I know what you're going to say, but what's your score prediction?
3-0 Rangers, mate.
3-0 Rangers? I'm saying 3-0.
You thought I was going to say Rangers win. 3-0.
I'm going 3-0 and all. I think that's a good. If we're up 1-2-0 half time, get the third one to kill it off in the second half, I'll be more than happy. But that's me living in dreamland, so we'll see. I'm looking forward to the game tomorrow. Sadly, it's on Premier Sports, so.
Well, I know.
He's going loyal. Aye, so hopefully we get the win tomorrow, mate, and that sends us in a
Semis.
actually talking about so that will send us into semis if we win that game. But the talking point I wanted to bring up here, obviously before the Morelos stuff happened, was Tavernier. Obviously we've talked about him all season. Every Rangers fan loves him. Literally one of the most informed players in Europe. So I just wanted to ask yourself and listeners, so what do you see James Tavernier ever getting an England call-up? Obviously he's 29 now. Do you see it happening? Because the England team is one that's very strong in the right-back area. You're looking at Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Kieran Trippier, Reece James, Luke Ayling, if you want to even say.
Yes, I was waiting for you to say it when you said it, so yes.
So I mean, there's plenty right backs. Kyle Walker as well. Tavernier, put his name in the mix. With this kind of form,
Don't forget about Matty Cash.
Matty Cash and all. Matty Cash, get all the right backs in.
Just play a full team of right backs, mate.
Basically, Scotland play left backs, they play right backs. We'll see how it goes. But they've got a team very strong in right backs. I believe that's England's prime position. If you had to pick the most powerful position in the world, England would have it for right backs, in my opinion. There's too many good players there. Tavernier finds himself in that predicament where he's playing literally out his skin. One of the most informed players ever in Europe now. Any other time he'd be in any team. But with him being in 29, with him being in the Scottish League, similar to obviously Ryan Kent at the start of the season, do you see him getting an England call-up?
No, just because you've said it just there, mate, because he plays in Scotland, so therefore he will not get a call-up because apparently our league's not a competitive, do you know what I mean? It's not a...
No.
Do you know what I mean? Our league isn't rich with money like down south, you know what I mean? Down in England, do you know what I mean? Does he deserve one? I think if I was somebody like Gareth Southgate who said he was going to pick people who were deserving, I think it was like deserving and inform or something, then but with Southgate, it's not that. He just picks his boys, you know what I mean? Like Eric Dyer.
Dyer and Trippier and Mount and all that.
Do you know what I mean? Like he picks these lads. Does Tavernier deserve one? I think he does. I think he deserves it. And yeah, I suppose have just scored, Jack. Just putting that in there.
No, have
I'm buzzing. Thank God. No, but I would personally say he does deserve one because his stats are ridiculous. His stats are something you would expect for a top striker. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
As you're saying, the competition there at right back, that's the only thing there. Do you know what I mean? Somebody like a Trent, somebody like a Reece James, Luke Ayling. I don't think Luke Ayling's not going to get a call-up. I'm just saying. So there's a lot of competition there for him. It'd be nice to see him getting it. It'd be nice to see him getting the recognition. Same with Ryan Kent. Like Ryan Kent's still young. Do you know what I mean? He's still got that time. But for somebody like Tavernier, it would be because I think they called up. Who was it? Callum Wilson said a call-up. I'm pretty sure Troy Deeney. Has Troy Deeney not had one up?
I'm pretty sure Troy Deeney would have had one, aye.
So see if Troy Deeney's getting in the England team, how's Tavernier not getting in it? I know there are different positions in that, but something the quality of Troy Deeney, I'm no, do you know what I mean, compared to Tavernier.
Are they different positions though? Has Troy Deeney actually ever scored 17 goals in a season?
I don't think he is, no.
I mean, well, if you look at it that way, has he? He's an actual striker out now. Tavernier's a right back, and he's already got those numbers halfway through. So, who knows? But I'd love to see just a bit of recognition for the Scottish League. Obviously, England, when you look at the England team, it'd be something very special for us, I would say.
No, let's be honest. Let's just pretend that he's Scottish, right? The way that they've done it with Matt Ritchie and all the likes of him, right? And pretend all
McTominay and all that.
Let's just say with Tavernier, let's take Tavernier to the Euros. There you go, solid right back right there. James Tavernier.
Surely down the line he would have had some sort of Scottish relation or something like that so he can play. I mean, if he can't ever play for England, Scotland need a hockey back.
The only way I can see him playing for England, right, is it's sad as it's to say it. I know that a lot of teams in England are looking at him. Like I know a lot of fans of clubs like Everton, Arsenal. I've seen
Spurs as well.
Spurs, do you know what I mean? So that's the only way I see him getting an England call. But because he plays for Rangers and he plays in the Scottish League, It's the same when they were doing the draw for Europe, and
Mm-hmm.
they were talking about all the English teams in Scotland. Do you know what I mean? Rangers weren't getting a mention. Do you know
Aye.
like?
Do you know what
I hate when they do it.
also bothered me about that draw? Steve McManaman was on the panel after it. Arsenal
Aye.
had drew Benfica, and then he was saying, "Oh, could Arsenal win this game?" And he said, "Aye, well, Arsenal win it no bother because Benfica finished second in a group with Rangers." I'm like, it's just disrespectful. Rangers have not lost a game all season and topped
Exactly.
a group with Benfica in it. Why can't that recognition be given that Rangers are just a good team?
Exactly, but not only topped it, mate, we should have beat them twice. We should have beat a Champions League
Aye,
level squad twice. Do you know what I
exactly.
mean? I think Steven Gerrard should be on the phone to him, or he should be on the phone to Cara. He should be like, alright, Cara, get down there and give him a kitten. You know what I mean? Because
Aye.
that's what I'm on about. They disrespect our league. It's even the same with Celtic. Do you know what I mean? When Celtic do well, do well. Celtic are
Aye,
not
not at the moment.
haven't done well in Europe, are they? Since that. But no, it's just whenever a Scottish team does well, we don't get recognition. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I think Benfica are going to put Arsenal out. Honestly, Benfica are a good side. Do you know what I mean? And that shows you how
Aye.
good a side that we are.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Where we actually should have beaten them twice. But we're talking about Tav for England call-up. He should, for me, I would go, why no? Do you know what I mean? Give him a chance, give him a shot, see what he's like in there. But
Aye.
it's just because he likes, say, Trent and that, I just couldn't see it happen.
Aye, as you say, Southgate's got his favourites. Trent and all that obviously are top of the pecking order in the Premier League, but you've got to take into account, surely, obviously he's playing the Scottish League, but look at his performances in Europe against these top teams. Look at the way he's
Exactly.
captaining us. Look at the way he's still contributing in Europe. Look at his goal scoring record. Look at the range of goals he scores. I mean, Ross County scored a tap in, then he scores a free kick for 40 yards out. It's unbelievable at this point.
And you would think as well with how much, you know what I mean, Steven Gerrard sort of loved down there. Do you know what I mean? It's sort of like,
It would bring an eye up to the Scottish game.
it would bring an eye up, and it would be like, if Gerrard thinks he's a top player, then surely he deserves to be, do you know what I mean, called up. I've seen people say, oh, Gerrard should get the England job, or Gerrard should go to like Arsenal or something like that. Gerrard ain't going anywhere unless it's Liverpool. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
He's here at Rangers until Liverpool come calling for him. But Tav for me does deserve it. I just don't think, as I say, he'll get it because of the league he plays in. Do you know what I mean?
Aye, it's a sad reality, obviously, we face, but I just thought that was a great point to bring up because
No, 100%.
I believe I would get. I'm not Gareth Southgate, but me with my Rangers hat on, I'd be like, he has to be in
Make it much better looking than Southgate. Let's just start off with that. And you kissed fat nude men that ran on the park. So let's know. Have you ever seen that picture of him? Guy just runs on the park fully naked and Southgate's kissing him.
Kissing him?
Aye, I'll send you the pictures, mate.
Please do, because what the fuck's that? I've never heard of that
I'm
before in my
telling
life.
you, I'll send you it. Right. No, what was
All
it?
right.
But here's the difference, so mate. I know that they'll sit there and go, whack, it's Scotland, right? Our league is filled with actual proper fans, right? As we've had Hangman that supports Hamilton. Do you know what I mean? Like, he supports a club and he knows that club's probably not going to win the league. It's probably not going to win anything. Do you know what I mean? That's a real football fan there compared to supporting a team like Arsenal moaning because you're 15th. Here's an idea, do you know what I mean? Like, try and be, do you know what I mean, ourselves who have went down all the divisions, worked our way back up. You're moaning because, you were moaning when Arsene Wenger was there and you were getting regular Champions League football. Do you know what I mean? That's why I hope Arsenal do go down. I don't think they will, but I do hope that they do. Do you know what I mean? It's just our league isn't filled with money. It's filled with passion. Do you know what I mean? Passion for the game, I would say, compared to their money league.
It's real football. It's real fans. It's just, as you say, passion. Whereas you go down to England, filled with money, filled with just press, and somebody does something. I've seen Jack Grealish on the news for whatever he's done with driving and that. It's just the VAR and everything.
But I'm not going to sit here and say that the English fans aren't. I'm not saying the fans aren't. What I'm saying is their games, their games are all on Amazon Prime right now. Do you know what I mean? Like the day, the night, and tomorrow, their games are on. Our games are on. What's it? You have to pay for it. What's it?
Premier
Sport.
Sport.
Do you know what I mean? As I say, it's just like, why is our games no getting? Do you know what I mean? It just annoys me. It really annoys me with that.
It's just for that point. It's like, although we might not like it, the Scottish game just doesn't attract as much fans as England. I would prefer to watch Hibs v somebody instead
So
of that
I'll be
Manchester derby,
watching.
for instance.
That Manchester derby was embarrassing. That was really embarrassing. Do you know what I mean? And that's like a game that's been broadcast across like all over the world. Do you know what I mean? Compared to probably, I don't know if, do you know what I mean? Like a Hibs that you're saying, like the Hibs and Hearts derby. Do you know what I mean? Which to me is a much better game, as I say, because it's got passion, it's got fight in it. Yeah, they're not going to sit there and hug each other on the park. Do you know what I mean? It's the same with Rangers and Celtics. They're not going to sit there and hug each other on the park like we're best mates. No, if they're going to do that, they'll probably do it in the tunnels. Do you know what I mean? They're not going to do it at all. But do you know what I mean? Like John Stones and Maguire, that was embarrassing. Do you know what I mean? Like you're supposed to be rivals. Do you know what I mean? And you're doing that.
And I seen before that game was actually played that they were trying to debate what is the biggest derby in the UK, and
the Old Firm. It's the biggest derby in the world, man.
Aye, it's the Old Firm, 100%. I mean, they can't have a derby that would even just the Old Firm blows away, just in every aspect.
Listen, we know it's for me it's the Old Firm. Do you know what I mean? Then you've got your Barca and your Real Madrid. Do you know what I mean? Chelsea and Leeds is a quite heated
the Boca
game as well.
Juniors game as well, with River Plate.
Exactly. That's what I'm on about. But see, when we're talking about football, like when they say, "Oh, the biggest derby in the world," it's got to be England. It's got to be everything to do with England. We don't think of Boca Junior or somewhere, because that league is. Do you know what I mean? Maradona pure hanging out his wee box window, screaming off his. Do you know what I mean? We don't. It's got to be English, mate. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm on about. It's the same when that's what I'm saying when Maradona passed away. But it was all the hand of God. They didn't talk about the actual footballer that he was. Do you know what I mean? It was, oh, you screwed England out of the World Cup. Do you know what I mean?
It's just straight
just
to
that's annoying,
top
man.
of England. I agree with you there. It's like if you watch, obviously we're in the UK and sometimes the only team in it is England. They're going to broadcast it, but it seems to be any sort of major tournament. It's England are playing. Oh, this is what England are doing. But it's just, I agree with that. It's very like top heavy towards England. We have everything.
That's why I'm on. But that's why I'm buzzing for this tournament in the summer, because they're saying that we can just send out like the under 21s and they could beat Scotland. We'll see, because I know the Scottish players will know. This means the world to the Scottish. Do you know what I mean? This would mean everything to us. We'd get nuts. We'd be partying for days if we beat England. Do you know what I mean?
As a Scotland, obviously a Scottish man, I'm looking forward to that, because he obviously loved getting one up in English. So
listen, I've got the top and the cupboard on bang for it.
I'd love it. And the thing that would seal the deal for me is obviously a Ryan Jack goal to win the game. I would actually die. But
listen.
Back to the obviously point at hand. If we just want to round up that point, should Tav get an England call up? For me, it's yes. For Lewis, it's yes. What is your thoughts? If you want to tag us or comment in the video.
Seeing you're going on about us beating them, I'm just thinking of Steve Clark with a bottle of Jack Daniels after a couple of days after.
No, mate, it's the Frosty Jacks he drinks, man.
Aye.
You're stinking of Frosty Jacks.
We got a fight in the park here. Here we go. Go on, man. Portuguese fight. Go on. Get in here and chill.
I'm enjoying this live commentary we've got on for the Wolves and Chelsea game, mate.
I told you, I'm much better than Steve McManaman. I'm telling you that right now. Honestly.
He's a dauber. It's an absolute dauber. But that's pretty much that for Tav. Just keep playing the way you're, mate, and hopefully we just see some success.
Well, here's another question for you, mate. No, we just said for Tav. What about Goldson? Do you think Goldson could get a call up to England?
Well, there's another one. I would say he is more like ready for it at the moment, with his age being 27, keeping clean sheets all the time. You look at the two diddies that they've got in centre half now, Stones and Maguire. Again, it'll only be he's only playing in the Scottish League. But look at what he's doing in Europe.
Exactly.
Look at all these factors that play into him. He's a good player. He's a good ball playing centre back, and he keeps the clean sheets. So I don't see why not either.
Exactly.
But
I would listen. I think there's a lot of players that don't get picked for that squad, mate. That they should be getting picked. You know what I mean? But it is what it is, man. At the end of the day, innit? As long as Tav's up here winning, I don't really care. Do you know what I mean?
That's it. That is it indeed. So with that out of the way now today, we've got Motherwell at home after St Mirren, obviously, Saturday. Weird having a game on a Saturday now for me. I'm always watching the game and getting ready for work on a Sunday, but Saturday. Motherwell at home. Motherwell are honking now. They're poor. I think they've lost their past 5 games or something like that. So ever since Celtic beat them, they've been on just a downward trajectory.
Yeah,
we should be. We're playing at home. But we should ragdoll them.
Aye, Hulk with Loki, just
Aye.
side to side.
Aye.
No, I mean, I just think we should win. I think we should go for obviously through the cup, but this Motherwell game coming up, I think it could be a high scoring game, Jack. I'm not going to go for just a Rangers win with this game. I think this could be a high scoring game, mate.
I look forward to getting your score prediction, but I'm similar. I'm wanting the goals to come in. Thinking it may be a bit of rotation. It's all dependent on the lineup tomorrow, though. If one player's out, that player will be in. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. But for a team prediction right now, I'm going to go with McGregor to have goals soon as always. Balogun, Bassey if he doesn't start tomorrow. Yes. Davis, Aribo, Arfield. Also Zungu could be in if Davis doesn't if he doesn't play in tomorrow. Forgetting the days.
Aye.
And then I think Roof, Kent and Jermaine Defoe start.
Jermaine? Well.
No.
Listen, I think he might you McLaughlin one of these 2 games, by the way. I could probably see I could see him probably maybe playing tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Or maybe playing at the weekend. I agree with obviously defence you can't think away. I would like to see my boy Bassey play at least one of these games for the start. Cedric deserves to start both games for me personally. Midfield
I don't know, but see something about tomorrow's game. It's saying he's going to score a hat trick or something.
Think so?
I'm just feeling it at the moment, aye.
Listen, as long as we win, mate, that's the main thing.
Nah, it is. What were you saying there? I completely cut you off.
Aye, no, going on the midfield, what about Ryan Jack? When's Ryan Jack back?
Well, he seems to be further back in the injury table now, because Gerard was saying today that the injury was worse than he first thought it was. So he said he was going to be back for that weekend game there, but it might be a couple of weeks again. But shown again, like Ryan Jack's obviously he starts pretty much every game when he's fit, but we've not missed him majorly at the moment because of how good we're playing, and the players we've got to fill in are just as good. So we welcome Ryan Jack hopefully back with open arms soon. Hopefully he's back for the Old Firm game. That's what I'm hoping for.
I don't make what you are. I think they're going to give I don't think they're going to give a penalty here, but it's one of them where it looks like Reece James has tackled Nuno or whatever his name is. Might be Portuguese winger. Neto. Right, see if they gear this with VAR. It's disgusting. It's like he looks like he's touched him, but he's not touched him at all. They're actually going to give a penalty for this. Oh my god, mate, I might actually bust out laughing here. They're going to give a penalty for this. That's ridiculous. This league is plastics, mate.
I don't back to that league.
No, I know, but back to just the midfield. I think Zungu's got to start, mate. I think he's got to start at least one game, to be honest. I think maybe rotate Arfield and Davis sort of in for these 2 games, but for me, Defoe and Cedric are ones that deserve a real shot with these 2 games around.
Aye, similar to me. It's all just lying on what the team's going to be tomorrow to see who fill in for each place, and then I think we'll get a more inkling to who starts on Sunday. But I see you laughing at what's happened.
The ref's away to the box. See if the referee gives it. Mate, I hope he does. It's against Chelsea. I want Chelsea to English with Fat Frank's dead angry after the game. I love it when Fat Frank's upset, man.
He just ends up blaming everybody else.
Aye, he does. He's going to get penalty.
Penalty Wolves?
Aye, penalty Wolves, mate. It's not even a penalty. It's not even a foul at all. It's just a
penalty
dive.
Wolves live on the podcast. First time ever.
Aye, well, let's hope it. I don't know if he'll get it or not, mate, because he's away to the screen. I don't know what that means. But aye, when we your score prediction for Motherwell, mate, what are you going for?
I'm going for 5-0.
Aye, I'm going for 5-0. No, mate.
5-0.
I'm just going a 5-0.
If Defoe starts, I think he's a dead cert to start. I'd like to see Kent back in the score sheet, Aribo back in the score sheet. Tavernier can keep scoring if he wants.
I'm going Tav hat-trick. Listen, I think Tav's going to get a hat-trick.
He might get. He's not actually scored a hat-trick for Rangers yet. It'd be a good season to start that. That'd be unreal. I think right back with a hat-trick, man. But I think Motherwell, as I say, pulled on a form now. Can't really string anything together. I see us beating them quite comfortably.
Aye. 100%. And just
Hopefully
you know,
that's
mate,
enough 3 points.
he didn't give the penalty, which is good for in terms of it's not a penalty at all. But no, it was against Chelsea. It would have been brilliant. I think they're going to score here, but nah, they're not going to score. Nah.
Well, we'll wrap this up, mate, so you can watch your game. But that's pretty much all I've got to say. A good week again, highlighted by maybe just a little bit of negativity surrounding that Morelos decision. We had a good chat, obviously, about Tavernier and his standpoint in the England team. But hopefully it's another 2 wins, mate. Hopefully we're through this cup semi. Hopefully we go 16 clear, because Celtic are playing obviously in that cup final. So
you watching the cup final, no? You watching the cup final?
I probably will.
I'm watching it for my boy Andy Halliday, of course. Hope he gets the winner.
Andy Halliday gets the winner, mate.
Where'd he get my time? No.
Who
else can we get? Who can we get in the cup? See if we go through. I know you said Hibs are the only threat, but who else is there left?
Do you know, I'm going to check right now because it's been down my head in. Right, so who can we get? Tomorrow, Rangers play St Mirren. What's the other games? Bear with us.
Bear me, mate. I'm bearing me. Come on,
so we've got Livingston v Ross County is happening tomorrow. So both quite tough, tricky teams, annoying to play. And then I don't know who the other 2 teams are. I don't think they're getting played tomorrow. Interesting. I'm pretty sure Dunfermline's one of them, but
Dunfermline.
Hibs play Alloa.
Alloa, I see go through there.
But I don't know what the other game is. So
I listen, your man Kevin Nisbet's been in quite a lot of the teams of the week. I've been seeing that.
He's a good player, mate.
Definitely deserves a Scotland call for me, mate. Definitely deserves it.
He has to be on that plane for me as well.
When the plane, we're about the plane. It's over here.
Bus, plane, train.
He's on the boogie bus, isn't it?
He's on the transport, whatever it is.
He's away in the boogie bus with with the lads who open goal, innit?
No, so he is. So he is. But as I say, that's all I've got to say. You anything else, mate?
I hope Chelsea lose this game and Leeds beat Newcastle tomorrow. And big game for you lot, innit? Spurs.
I
think it's a title. It's a title deciding game, mate. I think whoever wins that wins.
I think it'll be 0-0 or something, just the way.
It will be, innit? But one of the bowling games, innit?
I mean, it looks good on paper, but
usual, innit? Listen, I'll be watching the Rangers game regardless anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Right, so we've got a instant match reaction going to be coming to the channel tomorrow as well. So stay tuned over there for that. And the podcast episode will be available there as well. Make sure to subscribe and like to our YouTube channel. It goes a long way. And I'm done here. Socials will be in the description. And I'll catch you after.